Hello there and welcome to GGSP. I'm Jem.
And I'm Rad. Coming up on today's show, we become a grumpy rain cloud and wreak mayhem in Rain on Your Parade. Plus, we'll see if we can launch ourselves all the way across the map in Satisfactory. And yeet! It's amazing what some games will let you do if you just break them a little bit.
Hey, whole careers have been built around hacking games. So let's get into it.
Okay, now, Darren, you promised us you'd tell us what this button's deal is, so spill the beans, mister.
All right. It's simple, really. It's just a linked alternate space-time entanglement reconstructor, or laser for short. Charging my laser! I've missed saying that.
Ha! I knew it was one of those.
No, you didn't.
Okay, no, I had no idea. Darren, what does a linked alternate whatsy do?
Oh, well, you see, our universe is only one of many parallel universes. And every time we make a choice in this universe, we create new timelines and new universes. This device simply reconstructs entangled particles from those alternate universes in ours.
Ah, so what happens if we push it?
Essentially, if you press the button, you'll change part of our universe to match that of an entangled parallel universe.
Okay, but how will we know what it will change?
That's the genius part. We don't. It's completely random. It's like having our very own random character creator. It could create a version of you with a new shirt or hat.
Ooh, new hat.
Or it could create a universe where you never existed at all. Anything is possible.
That sounds extremely dangerous. Why would you make this, Darren?
Because I could, Rad. I've always wanted one.
I vote we destroy the button.
Oh, you can't do that, Rad. It's fundamentally entangled with the very fabric of the universe. Destroying it would cause a cascading paradox that would wipe out all of time and space in every universe.
Oh, well, that's great, Darren. You've made a button that could destroy everything ever. Thanks.
I have outdone myself, haven't I?
Okay, we're going to discuss this later, Darren. For now, you and me should talk about some games. Have you played anything good recently?
Oh, well, you know, I just love me a bit of a farm life sim situation, so I could not resist checking out Cozy Grove. You play as a spirit scout on an island helping some bear ghosts find peace. The look gives me super strong Don't Starve Together vibes, although it's way more bright, cutesy, and chill. You can go fishing, collect resources, and expand your camp. But I found it really annoying how hard it is to tell what you can interact with. There's no pop-up or anything, you just have to guess and eventually learn what's what. It makes me feel like I'm gonna miss things, and I don't want to miss a thing. But all in all, it's a nice wholesome game with a lovely folksy soundtrack.
It looks like a super cozy good time. But onto some more cozy news for PlayStation 3 and Vita players out there, because Sony has backtracked on its decision to close its online stores. They had previously planned to shut down the digital shops for PS3 and Vita, which would make it impossible to buy digital games for them anymore. But after fan backlash, they've changed course and said they're going to keep them running for the foreseeable future.
Always good to see companies doing something for the fans. There was another big win for fans of Xbox too. They've now dropped the need to have a premium Xbox Live Gold membership in order to play free-to-play games online. So now anyone can play games like Roblox and Rocket League completely free, no paid membership needed.
That is fantastic news. We should absolutely play some Rocket League together later. Oh, but Rad, I wanted to show you this hilarious clip from a guy known as Trev Stiffer. He made it so the honk in Untitled Goose Game was controlled by his mouse wheel, so he could supercharge his honking powers.
Okay, that's enough honking for now. Time to get on with the review. Cue the honk. I mean, honk the review.
If your plans have ever been ruined by cloudy skies or a sudden and unexpected downpour of rain, Well, consider yourself lucky, because Rain on Your Parade is here to show us just how destructive a cloud can be.
You play as Cloudy, the little cloud who woke up and chose violence. Throughout the game's 50 levels, you're given a handful of objectives to complete, like soaking all humans or not using up all your water. Only the few with gold stars are mandatory, whereas the others just go towards unlocking new cosmetic items for Cloudy. Once you've got that list, though, you're set loose to inflict all kinds of weather-based chaos on the unsuspecting inhabitants. From fierce tornadoes to snowy cocoons to crackling lightning strikes. Freak weather has never looked so cute.
I know, right? And guilt-free too, because the game clearly states that this is a wholesome universe where no actual harm can come to these people-shaped blobs. I mean, the only thing I feel kind of guilty about was that one guy I rained on for a whole level while he tried to get to work. But at the end of the day, there is very little I won't do in a game for a gold star, so
Each level is a self-contained little world, with some even dipping into styles of other games. Sneaking around as a spooky spectre in a horror game, going on an old-school dungeon-crawling adventure, protecting a town from a horde of raging robots in a long, drawn-out tower defense battle. Rain on Your Parade does it all. It tries a lot of different settings, but never stays in one place too long, so you don't have time to get bored and don't feel like you're causing chaos just cause. Which in a way, I guess you kind of are, but having those goals gives you something to work towards, which I really like.
Yeah, it knows its limits and works around them. That keeps things feeling fresh and exciting, with enough freedom to feel like you can approach each level your own way, but with enough structure to keep things moving at a good pace.
That's exactly it, a nice balance. Now, I know there are a couple that caught my eye, but did you have a favorite level?
Oh, that's such a hard question. They've all kind of blended together in my mind like a chaos smoothie, but I'd probably say the heist one. Trying to be stealthy, stealing the Mona Clouder from a museum, whilst tornado launching anything not nailed down? It's harder than it looks. What about you?
Well, that was a good one, but for me, it has to be when you actually get to rain on someone's parade, right? I mean, it's the name of the game. I'd spent the whole game waiting for this moment, and it was everything I could have ever hoped for. Sucks to be the people in it, of course, but I was having fun. And isn't that what truly matters? Me, specifically, having fun? I think so. But what did you think of Rain on Your Parade overall, Jem?
I had a really good time. There's so much variety to the levels that you're never left wanting. There's also a lovely lightheartedness and humour to it that had me chuckling all the way to the end. So I'm giving Rain on Your Parade 4.5 out of 5 rubber chickens. Right?
I totally agree. There is stacks of fun to be had here. And despite its chaotic nature, it is such a chill little package. If you're looking for some colourful, carefree gaming to enjoy on a rainy day, then this will be right up your alley. I'm giving Rain on Your Parade 4 out of 5 rubber chickens. Can we yeet ourselves across the Satisfactory map? Ah, Satisfactory. Making these huge factories is really so, well, satisfying. But its huge map can take a while to get around. Although I found one of the most satisfying ways to get about is by using my jetpack to launch off conveyor belts. Whee! You can launch yourself a surprisingly long way doing that. Which got me thinking, what if I built a really tall tower and launched off of it? How far could I fly? Would I be able to fly across the entire map? Well, let's find out. Okay, so I've been building a really tall tower, but now it's so high it's in the clouds. And there's this fog I can barely see through. But I can still build higher, so up I go. Is there even any height limit to this game? Can I just build all the way to space? Oh, no, now I'm dying. That's the limit, I found it. Okay, so there it is, my giant tower. That thing's like 2 kilometers tall. Let's get up there. Okay, so I'm at the top and I've built a little platform with a piece of the fastest conveyor belt there is. So, what am I waiting for? And yeet! am I yeeting? Was I yeeted? This white void makes it hard to tell if I'm even moving at all. Oh, okay, I'm coming back into land. And splashdown. So I feel like I flew maybe about 1 kilometer or 2, I guess. I mean, that's not bad, but it's not anywhere near getting across the map. Okay, maybe I messed up my jump because I couldn't see. But I'm gonna try again, because I found a console command that can disable the fog. And ta-da! No fog. Now I can see as far as the eye can see. Okay, let's try that again. And yeet! Nope, I just went a touch further than before. Okay, plan B. So I found that if you go through these Futurama tubey things, you keep accelerating if you're going downhill. So I reckon if I use the height of my giant tower, I might be able to build up enough speed going down the tube to get yeeted out across the map. Let's give it a go. Down we go. And yeet! Oh my! Now this is yeeting. Oh, I can't believe we're still going. Oh. Well, that is certainly the edge of the map. Okay, so that works. But to be honest, I didn't expect that would work that well. Because, you see, my tower is kind of in the middle of the map. And I need to test if we can yeet ourselves across the whole map. So I need to build a new tower right at the very edge of the map, or else Darren might be on my case for being a noob or something. Don't ask me why I didn't build it there to start with. All right, Tower 2 done. And here it is on the map, about as far off to the side as I could make it, and it's beautiful, isn't it? Well, let's get up there and get yeeting. Here we go, and yeet! Oh, we're really moving now. We're over halfway across the map already and still going strong. We're almost out of jetpack fuel, but I think we're gonna make it. We're over the edge of the map now and still going. And that's it, we died and we're falling into an infinite void, but we did it. Victory for Rad. Can we yeet ourselves across the map? Yeet we can. The question no one asked, but I answered. That was very satisfactory.
Well, I'm glad you're here, Rad, because there are loads of questions, and you know what they say, 2 heads are better than 1.
Oh, exactly. And 3 heads are better than 2, especially if you ask a Hydra from Greek mythology, am I right?
Well, technically, yes, I guess that's true. Anyway, let's get answering these questions, and first up, we have a video from Sid and Sia.
Hi, GGSP. My name is Sid. And my name is Sia. We have 2 questions for you. 1. Is there going to be an update to Asphalt 9 Legends on the Nintendo Switch? And 2. Are there going to be any updates to Roblox, Royal High, or Adopt Me on the PC?
Thanks, Sid and Sia. To your first question about whether Asphalt 9 Legends on Switch will be getting an update, well, maybe. There was a major update known as the Osaka update last year, which added more cars, new career and multiplayer seasons, a new location, and some other stuff. We're not sure when the next major update of this sort might be due out, but I'm sure they'll continue to add more car types, events, and stuff to unlock. Although some of these kinds of things may come in the form of paid DLC or be exclusive to the Legend Pass, so keep that in mind.
As to whether those Roblox games are likely to receive any updates, well, I'd say that's highly likely. Both Royal High and Adopt Me seem to have pretty regular updates, from themed mini-games, seasonal events, or new cosmetic items to more minor technical improvements. Sometimes the developers will publish details about updates in the game page description or send notifications if you follow their page. Adopt Me also has its own website, which publishes news about its game updates, so keep an eye out there for more info.
Moving right along now to another video which comes from Spencer.
Hi, my name is Spencer. I have 2 questions. Will Crash Bandicoot be in Super Smash Bros? And is there going to be a new Pokemon game? And I draw Crash Bandicoot and the Pokemon logo.
Wow, thanks, Spencer. Quite the fine bit of art you've made there. Makes me wonder what a Crash Bandicoot Pokemon hybrid would be like.
equal parts amazing and terrifying, I reckon. Now, in answer to your first question about whether Crash Bandicoot will be in Super Smash Bros., well, it's hard to know for sure. There are still a couple more DLC fighters yet to be announced in the paid DLC Fighters Pass Volume 2. And there were some rumours floating around a while ago that Activision, the publisher of the Crash Bandicoot games, wanted to see Crash in Smash. And with fighters like Sonic, Minecraft Steve and Banjo-Kazooie available for the roster, I think Crash Bandicoot could be a good fit too. Plus, obviously, Crash rhymes with Smash, so it's pretty hard to argue with that.
You make a very solid point, Gem. However, I heard another rumor that a so-called Nintendo insider said that if Crash fans were hoping to see him in Smash, they might be disappointed. So I really don't know what to think.
Oh, well, I guess it just goes to show that until we have official info, we just can't say with any certainty. So best to take those rumours with a little sprinkle of salt.
And let's not forget my purple pal, Luigi. Will he ever assume his rightful position as a playable fighter? Justice for Luigi!
I don't know, Rad, I just don't know. Now, as for whether there'll be a new Pokemon game, well, yes. Multiple new Pokemon games have been announced over the past few months, in fact. Let's see if Darren can summarise for us. He's good at that kind of stuff.
Greetings, Darren here.
Hi, Darren. Spencer is wondering about new Pokemon games. We know there are a few on the card, but could you give us a rundown?
Certainly. This year marks the 25th anniversary of Pokemon, and we've already heard about some big upcoming things. Aside from new Pokemon Snap, which came out recently and we'll be reviewing soon, there was also a game called Pokemon Unite for Switch and mobile announced mid-last year. It will be a different sort of Pokemon game, taking the form of a 5 versus 5 strategic team-based battle. Hopefully we'll see that one release this year sometime. Also due out this year are Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for the Switch, described as enhanced remakes of the 2006 Nintendo DS originals. And there is a new major Pokemon adventure, Pokemon Legends Arceus, in the works. It's said to be an open-world prequel of sorts, set in the historic Sinnoh region of old. It's currently due for release next year.
Ooh, that's quite a lot. Bring on the Pokemon, I say. Thanks, Darren. Bye.
Indeed. Bye-bye.
Well, on that note, we are out of time for Ask SP for another week. If you have a question for us, go here and send it in. And remember that videos that make it onto the show will be rewarded with some rare GGSP loot.
You know, I can't stop thinking about a Crash Bandicoot Pokemon.
What kind do you think it would be?
Maybe a fighting type? You know, I bet he would use Meteor Crash. And instead of berries, you'd feed him little Wampa fruit.
That's actually so cute. Well, we're at the end of another episode, but coming up next week, we try out the latest in VR escape rooms with the hilarious Floor Plan 2. Plus, more gamers in the wild.
It seems she must contend with the common gamer for precious gaming resources. The hunt is on.
So, Gem, now that we know what this multiverse de-entangler or whatever does, I think we should press it. It could make us smell like strawberries.
That's really cool, but we don't actually know what it does. That's the whole problem.
Oh, yeah. Let's sleep on it. I mean, not on it. Let's talk about this later.
Okay, well, until next time, be nice, have fun, and keep gaming. Gem out.
Brad out.
Sorry, did I miss something? I was just having my oil changed.
Nothing, Darren. It's fine.
Strawberries?